Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a long setup here on crude oil. Sellers getting completely shut down, especially if we trigger above into 45.17. So if we hit 45.17, I want in and I'm looking towards the upside. So we just got filled 45.17, so I'm going to drop my stop in place here. Now I'm not looking for a huge move, but I am looking for a halfway decent one up to first get 45.36. That is the big objective towards the upside, and that's where I want to make sure to get my profit off of. Now, the reason I say at first, this is one of those setups that on a rare occasion you will get every once in a while where you do have the option to try to hang on for a little bit more. The big area at 45.36 is definitely a location that you expect to see some profit taking, but that being said, I do want to look for a little bit more than that if I'm looking to take this as more of a swing type of trade. If I'm buying in and I'm looking to hang on for a couple hours, then you definitely can. In this case, generally speaking, I'm more of a scalper, so I like taking faster profits where I can get them. But just so you know the type of setup that we're coming into right now, you do have the option to try to hang on for a little bit more if you would like. Now, in this case, 45.17 is the entry long. I'm looking for them to finish the objective up to 45.36. In terms of farther upside objectives, if we look above us, we have a huge level at 45.83, very dense area of resistance. A lot of times with these huge levels of resistance like that, people don't really want to wait until they hit the exact level like we're looking for at 36. So they're probably going to front run it a little bit. So expect some resistance around 73 or so for that final upside objective. Now, there are a couple different ways you can approach this. One, you can take everything off and just scalp it. Right? That's one way to do it. The other way would be to take almost everything off and leave one contract on the table like we have right here, two coming off at 45.36, and then the final objective coming off at 73 up here. And once you fill that first objective, move that stop to break even to reduce the risk. So that way, if you're wrong on the analysis, you don't give back any of the profits that you made on that first pop higher. So that's kind of what we're looking for right now. Overall, though, everything's still looking pretty good. 45.17 is in. That's where our entry point is. Our stop is down at 45.05. First target at 36. Secondary longer term target up at 73. All right, pushing in one tick away from our target. Because we're already one tick away from the target, I want to reduce the risk as much as possible, and I'm just going to move my stop to break even. I don't want to give anything back on this setup. Now, yeah, I am looking to swing kind of the last portion here to get a bigger move up to 45.73, but regardless, we're still one tick away, right? We've gone 99% of the way towards the objective. I'm not willing to take anything but either no loss at all, or our profit targets at 36. So I'll give them a little bit of time here, see if they can fill that 36 area. But overall, huge buying movement that we have right here. And that shows us that the buyers still mean a lot of business to the upside. Taking in effect in really just the fact that the buyers, not only did they slam higher, but they closed directly on their high. That's a really big clue that we do have a lot of buy side emphasis still. And that's a good sign considering that we're looking to hang on for a bigger move up to 73. So all signs point to up still. Now we just have to wait for a little while to see if they can get that move going. Again, this last portion, it could take several hours before we get up to that point. So we'll give the buyers a little bit of time here and see if we can get that continued drive up. Our stop is at break even, so worst case, we lose nothing, which is exactly where I like to be. Otherwise, best case, we're looking at 45.73. Seeing the buyers coming back on the move here. Now, I have my stop locked in at 45.44, and the big reason behind that is we had that huge spike higher after our initial target. They pulled back a little bit, which was expected, never hit the stop, and then rocketed higher. So that big rocket move higher, that's potentially setting up a situation that really the buyers don't want to see that broken. They don't want to see that challenged. So as long as that goes unchallenged, we still have the ability to continue this move higher. But if it does challenge it, I don't want to be in it anymore. So 45.44 is where the stop is currently, and you could tighten it up a little bit if you would like, but I'm trying to give it as much room as possible, understanding that this is more of a swing trade. We're hanging on to it a little bit longer, so we want to give it as much room as we can without, going against our trade plan. So everything's still pointing to the upside. Buyers pushing back in towards the highs here. Our final objective is at 73. Again, the main objective really is up at 83, but with such a heavy level like that, I don't like putting my target directly on that price. I'm going to front run it by quite a bit, in this case 10 ticks, just to make sure that we get taken out and we don't give any of that back. So 45.73 is the objective. Now we just have to wait to see if the buyers have it in them to get that final push up. You can see that they are weakening up a little bit. That big push up went into sequentially a bear, bull, pretty much a really weak bear candle, but two bears into a strong bull into a bear, there's a lot of back and forth. Now, the nice thing is we just came off of a bear candle, so this one should be a bull candle, which is definitely a good thing, but they need to fill our objective at 73 and we will be some happy campers. Now, the fact that we are breaking higher right there, that's what we want to see. One tick away from the target. I'm going to lock the stop in even tighter, and there we get that final one filled. Beautiful move to the upside and a gorgeous example of a couple different ways that you can kind of manage this sort of setup. But that's going to do it for me. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.